Ignorance is so expensive, my people. And what is even more painful is that even when you bring knowledge to people, they don't even want to accept it. They want to keep living in the past. As it is, so shall it be, what world without end. The Bible even mentions that my people perish for lack of knowledge. It's so sad. A lot of babies, newborns, have lost their lives because of the ignorance of their parents. You see, this thing about jaundice, I keep telling people jaundice is of two types, but there's a lot of people are still of the opinion that any kind of jaundice is treated the same way, which is not. I keep saying this, it is not. Let me still tell you more about this jaundice. Probably you have still not heard about it. Jaundice is the yellowish discoloration of your baby's skin, mostly because of the immaturity of the liver. You see, the lifespan of red blood cells is 120 days, and when it dies, the liver synthesizes it, and then you pass it on to the intestines, and then you get it out through your poop. But because these babies, their intestines are not mature enough to synthesize those red blood cells as they are breaking down, then they tend staying underneath their skin, which causes that discoloration. It is normal for most babies. About 75% of babies is normal for them. First few days of their lives, you see it appears, say 2 days after birth, and it will stay for about 5-6 days, and then you see it wearing off on its own, especially if you are breastfeeding on demand. As the baby is feeding often, the liver tends to mature and is able to walk faster and better. That is for physiological jaundice, and that is the one they'll say put on that early morning sun and all that. But I also want to encourage you that if you also give birth in a period where you cannot find that early morning sun, where it's not so hot in the morning, like during the winters or the rainy seasons, you can also give like the glucose D, because of course it's still that vitamin D that you are getting from the sun. So if you give glucose D, that also is, if you are not breastfeeding exclusively, if you give glucose D to help to synthesize the red blood cells in the skin and then make your baby feel better, it will clear off in a few days. Otherwise, breastfeed on demand and your baby will be fine. That is for the physiological. And then there's the pathological jaundice that appears almost before birth. At times before birth or almost immediately after you give birth to this baby, you just see the baby jaundiced all over the body. That can be caused by resource incompatibilities. For mothers that are resource negative, it can put your babies at risk. The mothers that are also diabetic in pregnancy, their babies can suffer that also. And then if there's also a kind of breastfeeding or breast milk reaction, there's a substance in breast milk that your baby is reacting to, it can be also a cause of pathological jaundice. Or if you are not breastfeeding the baby the way you should, it can cause the baby to have pathological jaundice. And also, if you were on a strong antibiotics, probably during pregnancy, that now went from the placenta into the baby's bloodstream, it can put the baby at risk of pathological jaundice. What do you do at that time? That is when you talk of intense phototherapy. This baby must be admitted. And at times, in severe cases where you cannot rectify, they do exchange blood transfusion. That is taking out of toxic blood and replacing it immediately with a fresh blood different from the one in the baby's body, and that is what they do to correct that. Failure to do it, you put your baby at risk of brain damage. You people should learn. Please, I beg you, learn. Stop endangering the lives of these innocent babies that God has given to you for free on a platter of gold. I keep saying this. If you don't understand, ask. Nobody will beat you for asking. Rather, it will even help you acquire more knowledge. Nobody will beat you. Ask, please. ask. Stop assuming. Assumption has done a lot of people, a lot of babies, and a lot of persons a lot harm. Ask. Nobody will kill you. It does not take anything. If I still also kill you, I advise people, it is better to go to the hospital and they tell you there's no harm, you are safe, or your baby is safe, rather than staying at home and be assuming that your baby is safe when the baby is actually not safe. Please, my people, do enjoy your day, guys. Bye.